It's time for our morning shower and swim with the turtles.
Who eats sea turtles?
Tiger sharks.
Freaking Michelle just swam all the way there through tiger sharks and turtles. Crazy. We thought we had a motor, but guess what? I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
I think this has more horsepower than our dinghy!
After spending 11 days working on the boat, getting rescued, and wrenching some more, we headed out of Nassau to spend some time living on a boat that's only mostly broken. Now the adventure begins as we swim with turtles, sail through exotic seas, try to rescue a jet skier, practice a man overboard drill, meet Pete from the world-famous Pete's Pub, swim with pigs, and even anchor in the middle of the ocean for the night.
Right there, Michelle, grab.
This is what it's really like living on a sailboat.
This boat right here is much nicer. Air conditioning works, but the motors don't, so I guess we'll go on that one.
We're headed to Green Key. It's world famous for its population of
Sea turtles.
Yes,
And who eats sea turtles?
Tiger sharks.
that's probably just a coincidence, but
And has anyone ever been eaten by
Yes.
a tiger shark there?
Last August.
Last August, somebody was killed by
Yes.
a tiger shark there. And you're gonna go in the water?
so there was a Revolutionary War in the United States, and they actually took over that fort. The other fort captured the governor of Nassau and took all the cannons back to General Washington back in the United States to aid in the Revolutionary War effort. That was Abraham Whipple. Yeah, he's my great-great-great-grandfather.
How about that?
And we saw it in person.
There is a stranded jet skier.
While everyone ignored her,
And these guys are of no help. They're just like, we're partying, we got functioning jet skis.
we decided to rescue her.
It's not fun to be stuck, so see if you need some help. Well, I guess she's fine. She's just taking off. Guess she doesn't need us. One time it started raining and I was rushing to close this hatch from above and Connor was rushing to close from below. Just as I stuck my thumb right here, Connor closed it and destroyed my thumb.
After a surprisingly uneventful sail, we reached Green Key in search of turtles and tiger sharks.
Anchors away!
Our first adventure in the dinghy with the Tohatsu, Captain Whipple, Leela Jones. Look at that sunset. Wow, this is pretty. And Mystic Rose. Hopefully she'll be there when we get back. Freaking Michelle just swam all the way there through tiger sharks and turtles. Crazy.
So this is called a sheep bend or a Beckett bend. So you go through, and then you basically just tighten it up. It's for two dissimilar size ropes. It's also the same. Now they make hammocks.
I was excited Leela learned what to do with the GoPro so you can see and hear better.
This place isn't terrible, is it?
She learned from a wizard. It wouldn't be a sailing trip with us if the dinghy held air.
It's a mystery.
Yeah, so anytime you see
This is what it's really like. Let me show you where else I slept.
Leela slept right there, but she cleaned up. I'm the last one up.
This is the V-berth. We thought we could sleep here. We had a little bit of air circulation, some fans going, but it didn't take. This was our first stop, lasted 2 hours. We have one semi-functioning bathroom, so we just kind of take turns.
Oh.
Did you miss it? These are attracting flies, and that jumping spider, he's got one in his jaws right now.
Grab a delicious breakfast drink.
So if you see fish jumping out of the water in a frenzy, trying to escape the water itself, that's usually because there's a predatory fish trying to eat them and they're trying to bail. And also when you see swarms of birds getting very excited, squawking like crazy, that's usually indicative there's some kind of feeding frenzy or action going on as well.
It's time for our morning shower and swim with the turtles. After your swim, I'm gonna grab some some of these eggs because eggs don't last too long out here, but we're going to use them first today. So it's peanut butter and jelly and hard-boiled eggs this morning. And I found some bacon bits. I'm a vegetarian, so have no clue. We're gonna put them up as offerings.
All right, so we're headed to Little Harbor in the Abacos. It's 74 nautical miles from our anchorage here. Trevor, raise the main. Let's go.
Anchors away!
Keep going, Miguel.
I have no freaking idea what time it is. I know it's the middle of the day because it's hot outside.
What does that mean, you guys?
Emergency!
No, that is man overboard drill time.
There's our man overboard, right?
Yes. All right.
Yeah, I was finally sleeping and not remotely interested in a man overboard drill.
Man overboard! Trevor, we need you up!
When someone goes overboard on a sailboat, you immediately throw something that floats to them, shout man overboard, press the man overboard button on the chart plotter, assign someone to point to the person, and turn the sailboat towards a beam reach to get some speed so you can head back to the person in the water.
Okay, so we can grab right here. Michelle, you're right there. Right there, Michelle, grab. Get it, just go. Woo-hoo! Yeah!
Oh, hi viewers at home. Up forward of us, you will see a squall line. Attached to it is an anvil cloud, as they're called. And they're shaped, as the name would imply, like an anvil. The tip of the anvil will always indicate the direction that the squall is traveling towards. So we're going to be feeling its effects very soon as we approach.
Don't be afraid, Brad. Hang on, we're almost to land.
When there's no wind and you're far from land, sailing can get a little slow. So you can sleep, read, and if you still have food left, even eat.
I want you to see what we see at sea when we are nowhere near land. We are somewhere between Nassau and Florida. We have no internet. We do have about 4 more hours of ice, and then we'll have nothing cold.
This new navigation system doesn't really work. We might have to swap in the old one, which didn't really work either, but we're kind of better. We've pulled 3 sails down. I'm gonna pull the 4th one, the main, down right now.
We're sailing in the middle of the night, so we all have watch every 2 hours. We change. My shift is 1 to 3 a.m., and it's kind of cool. It's pretty out here. Everybody's sleeping on the aft deck.
75 hours later, we're about to pull into port, and it was a rough night.
Braddock was out there with his life jacket on, and it was dark, and the boom was swinging, and he did tell me that that's the #1 leading cause of death on a sailboat. So I was afraid, and it was dark, and I was here by myself, and I really couldn't help.
I was even more afraid, just for the record. Crazy night, for sure.
We're off to Pete's Pub, which is world famous. We'll tell you the story later. This is cool. We're able to go into a dinghy that works, and we don't have to use Brad's Big White Johnson. This is going to be the most amazing thing you guys have ever seen in your lives. And no, it's not Pete's Pub, even though that's up there. It's where Trevor pulls the line that's hanging down the water. I just pulled the hanger. Ready? Wow! Wait, so you're the Pete?
Well, I could beat Pete.
You're kind of a big deal.
I am, huh?
Did you actually live in that cave when you were a kid?
We did.
Way too long of a story?
Way too long.
The story of Pete is his dad was a sculptor, and his dad loved to sculpt. That's where Pete got it from. And his dad lived in a busy city, but he wanted to come away to a secluded island. They lived in a cave for a while before they settled here in Little Harbor. And Pete's been here ever since, running the pub and making these beautiful sculptures that are all around here. Oh, that's Pete's father and Pete's brother.
Okay.
Here's a secret tour of Pete's personal hangout.
We thought we had a motor, but guess what? Our newly repaired motor is not acting repaired now.
Please start, please start, please. they start.
We're getting back on the Mystic Rose, and we're gonna see if we make it all the way to Georgia.
Before leaving Great Abaco, we,
And how cool is this? There's the moon, and over here is the sun setting. And maybe we'll catch a little lightning because there's the weather. There's another squall coming in, and we've seen some cool lightning over here. Oh, there it is, the lightning.
We accidentally spilled some trash, so they're on a trash retrieval mission. Piece of paper, probably okay, but we are very environmentally conscientious. We're heading to Elbow Cay. This is the last mechanical and kerosene lighthouse operational in the entire world. Oh, it's over there. Bam! I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it.
I just spotted my most favorite thing I've seen today. There's an ice machine.
Ice machine. Ice, baby.
We are in the Bahamas. We are, where are we?
Where are we?
We're in Hopetown.
We are in Hopetown, and we stopped in here, and we finally got our instruction on how to say, if somebody is from here, are you Bohemian? Bohemian.
We don't even know.
We've got somebody.
But she knows.
She knows.
'cause
She's
she's
gonna
from
let you
Nassau.
know.
Bahamian. You are Bahamian. And it's not Kalik beer. Kalik beer. It's Kalik beer.
The Elbow Reef Lighthouse is the last active kerosene lighthouse on Earth that has not been electrified. It's 89 feet tall and 101 steps to the top. It was built by the Brits in 1864 and is featured on the Bahamian $10 bill. It burns a gallon of kerosene per night and has to be hand cranked every several hours. It is still actively used by sailors.
See that way out there? There's Mystic Rose over there somewhere.
A short sail and dinghy ride from Elbow Key is the tiny Man of War Key.
This is the experience that I've been waiting for all this time and getting on here. And this is about just coming in and popping into these local little places. It's just like visiting little towns along the waterway. Kind of cool.
We found it, Thor's original hammer. Can I lift it? I must be a god.
The island is most well known for Albury Sail Shop, a family-owned business that has been around for 3 generations. It creates products from fabrics used for sails. It was wiped out in a hurricane a few years ago and has been rebuilt.
I'm super excited about this stuff.
Are you really excited, Brad? You love purses. Are you excited?
We're very excited.
We came for
to be
her.
here.
We met Aurelia Albury,
I've been here 5 generations.
and she is a delight.
I am the oldest living female that grew up on Man of War.
Wow.
And I was born in July 1942.
Wow.
In the war days, back in World War II.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. Brad Aurelia. Love the people here.
I think some of the kindest, most willing to talk to us, the Bahamas, the Bahamians.
Pink conches, these are queens. Thank you.
That's really good.
You had it.
We are actually headed on our way to Nippers, and this is just kind of what sailing and being on a boat out in the ocean is all about.
Before heading to Nippers, world famous for its nipper juice, Brad sent us on an adventure to find a snorkeling spot. We never found it and almost bottomed out. Brad was going to meet us at Nippers, but we couldn't find it, so we hit up this boat for directions.
Your mom and dad own Nippers? And they closed it because they heard we were coming?
Yeah.
Yes.
They sent us to option B, Grabbers, which turned out to be pretty epic.
Welcome to Great Guana Key.
Next, we're headed to No Name Key for some quality pig time.
Don't give him the back. Don't, Mila, don't. Hold it up.
Trevor.
I got bit by one of the baby pigs. I was just petting it, loving it, and taking selfies.
Next on the list is Walker Key, the last tiny splotch of land before hitting the good old USA. But we're tired and it's late, so we're watching a movie and we're gonna anchor right about here for the night.
Yeah, it's about 20 feet deep right here, I guess. 19. Power down, put it neutral. Took our speed down to 5 knots. When we get down a little bit slower, we'll drop the hook. So it's morning. I think I'm gonna drive away. Brad's still down there, Captain Whipple. Some of the stuff you need to do before you take off. Turn on your chart plotter, turn on your instruments, turn on your navigation. Anchors up. She said anchors away. I'm just gonna go.
You're almost there. You're almost there, Michelle. Just do it the whole way.
Yo, swabs, lower the lazy jacks. Aye, aye.
Hey, how's it been at the helm this morning?
Pretty great.
You want to know what a preventer line is? See that boom right there? That's on the staysail. See this? That's why you don't want this over. So there's a clip. I'm going to put it on, and I just got to find a line to do it. They just told me to put it on this cleat, and here's my line. I might be a little short. I know I'm going to have to let this out. Trying to cook something this morning. The ravioli is in honor of Connor, who we lost quite a ways. Goodbye, Connor.
I'm about peeing my pants watching it.
Wait, tell us one way.
Trevor is on anchor duty because we are in very shallow water right here.
This is Walker's Cay. This place was started as a huge resort and then it was totally abandoned. It was like a ghost town for a while, but it's like beautiful, brand new docks, marina.
We're off to another island and we would have taken our boat, but our boat has a 6-foot draft, 7-foot draft. We're getting a ride over there so we can get ice and things for those guys.
I think this has more horsepower than our dinghy.
This is a little confusing to me, but hey. This is Rosie's. If you come to Grand Cay, that's where you're gonna eat. We just did.
One of my favorite things about traveling is meeting people, and I met another Nana.
Hey, Nana.
Yeah, and they just opened an Airbnb next to their store here. So
Where are we? What's the name of it? How do we find it?
Larica's Food Store, and it's right next door.
And this is Larica's Food Store right here, the biggest food store on the island.
Yes.
And it is this big.
And that's right.
It's like the Walmart of Grand Cay Island, right?
For the last 6 days, we've been relatively close to land, no more than 40, 50 miles. But right now we're about to head out to the open sea, 275 miles. We're gonna sail from here near Walker's Cay, where we spent the night last night, and head all the way to Georgia without stopping. Subscribe to see how we do on the Mystic Rose, who's mostly kind of behaving.